sales calls today, so I thought I'd jump on real quick and kind of just give you some tips and tricks of what I do when I'm making sales calls. Try to teach the new people here in the freight game, but I think this applies across all industries. If you're making cold calls, whether it be on the phone to get the appointment or in person, but one of the things I always preach is to make sure that you have an intro, introduce yourself, and the reason why you're calling. I get a lot of sales calls myself, and they start out and don't even introduce themselves, don't tell me why they're calling. I don't even know who they are, and that automatically, I basically just want to hang up on them. So the one trick, very first thing is just introduce yourself, the company you're with, the reason why you're calling, and then ask them an open-ended question to get some answers to, what they do, how they do it, and keep that sales process moving forward. One of the other things that I always try to have people do in our industry is make sure you have your rebuttals. We try to have a script of some questions that we're going to ask on every single call because there's information that we want to get right off the bat in our industry, and I'm sure you have the same in your industry as well. But asking how they do it, why they do it, what they do, and how often they do it, and those type of questions get answered. Let them talk. The customer talk. They always say, "Telling is not selling, listening is selling." So make sure you're listening to the prospect on the phone and providing them a solution, and then with that script having your rebuttal. So you should know like your top 5 or 10 answers customers are going to get. If you ask them this, they're going to say this, and you should have an answer back to that. How you're going to respond to that, because I think a lot of times sales reps get on the phone and the client, potential client, says, "Oh, I'm not interested, thanks," and hang up. Well, that's not good enough. That's not the way to close a deal. You got to be able to and ready to dispute that with a rebuttal that will get your sales process moving forward. um, so anyway, that's one thing in the trips of kind of the sales calls that I try to do. I'll share a little bit more of these as we go forward, but I do want to just try to impart some wisdom in the sales industry and help you out with the sales process. I feel like we do a pretty good job here at NET. But if you have any shipments, like our page, share our page, and check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and all the other social media platforms out there. But I appreciate you listening, and leave a comment, ask me questions. I'd be happy to answer any of them that you might have. Have a great day.